My life changed when I learned and understood the concept of personal development. My income and personal value has grown drastically. With the current trend, this year I'm going to double my income based on what I earned last year. And that is what I want for you. So, in this video, you're going to learn what is personal development, why is it important, and some of the things that you can start doing straight away to apply the concepts of personal development so that you can increase your value and your earning potential. And the best person to teach us this is none other than my mentor, Darren Hardy. So let's get straight to it.
So why develop you? Let's take a moment and talk about this, because this is one of the most essential aspects of you growing your business, particularly in the area of leadership. Why develop you? The reality is that you are the center of your universe. Your entire experience on this planet is 100% dependent upon how you show up on this planet. You see, the world does revolve around you. I mean, if I look around me right now, pretty much looks like the world revolves around me. And the world responds and reacts to you. Every environment you enter, every room you enter, every conversation you enter, you are a lightning rod. And people react or act accordingly based on how you cause them to. See, you're a lightning rod of every conversation, of every room that you enter. You start a ripple effect of reaction everywhere you go. So this is the reason why Jim Rohn would said, for things to improve, you have to improve. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. So your personal development, which is a very sort of ambiguous idea and term. Let me see if I can make the understanding of personal development a little bit more tangible. It's kind of like a thermostat, okay? If you were to take a thermostat and you set it for a particular temperature, let's say it's 70 degrees. That means no matter what happens on the outside, the temperature inside will remain the same because the thermostat will regulate the room temperature. So, for instance, if all of a sudden it gets really hot outside, the thermostat will do what? It'll kick on the air conditioner and it'll bring the temperature down back to 70. Now, if all of a sudden it gets really cold outside, what will the thermostat do? It'll kick on the heater and bring the temperature back to 70. The inside room will always remain the same no matter what happens on the outside. So the way that this looks in your outcomes in life is a lot like this. You will only ever experience the level of success that matches your personal development set point. Right now you have a personal development set point, and it's locked in. And no matter what happens on the outside, it'll always settle right back down to your personal development set point. So for instance, let's say that all of a sudden you run into a bunch of money. You inherit it, your business takes off, whatever, and you're given a bunch of money, and it's far from the development set point. What's probably going to happen? The thermostat's going to kick on the air, and it's going to bring the temperature, your money, right back down to the level of wealth that you're comfortable with. We see it all the time with lottery winners, right? Somebody makes $30,000 a year, is handed $20 million. And in 2, 3, 4 years, what's usually the case? They're broke. How could somebody who makes $30,000 a year get handed $20 million and in 2 to 4 years be broke? You see, what happened was the money was way above their set point. And so unconsciously, the air kicked in, and they did everything they could to get rid of the money. Unconsciously, to get rid of the money. Poor choices, poor decisions, extra spending, all the rest of this, until it went right back down to their level of comfort, back to their personal development set point. Take health. This is the reason why we have the largest health industry in the history of humanity, but we've never been more fat in the history of humanity as well. Because if you go and lose a bunch of weight, but that weight image is way above your personal development set point, unconsciously air will kick in and you'll find yourself right back to where your personal development set point is locked in. Okay? Take your business right here. You could luck on finding somebody who does really well and your business starts to take off. But I'll tell you, if you don't correct and increase your personal development set point, it'll find its way right back down to match your set point. Okay, so what do you do about this? What do you go, well, my personal development set point must be really low. We know, by the way, exactly where your personal development set point is right now. I know exactly where every single person's personal development set point is. How can I know? I can look at your health, and I can look at your wealth, and I can look at your relationships, and we know exactly where your personal development set point is. So if it's too low for you to be successful in a business like this or in any endeavor, what do you do? The only thing that you can change is yourself. When you grow and develop and raise your personal development set point, this is what Jim Rohn promised. When you grow and raise your personal development set point, now everything around you grows along with you. Your relationships grow, your money grows, your business grows, your health grows. But the key to this whole equation is you have to raise your personal development set point. That's the keystone to the whole equation. The keystone isn't trying to figure out how to handle objections. The keystone isn't, figuring out recruiting scripts. The keystone is when you grow, everything in your life grows with you. When you improve, everything improves. When you change, everything changes along with you. That's why that's so important. What controls your attention controls your life. You want to write something down? That's something to write down. What controls your attention controls your life. I remember when I interviewed Mario Andretti, one of the greatest race car drivers in the history of race car driving. I said, if you could boil it down to a single lesson, the most important thing somebody needs to know to become a world-class race car driver, what would it be? He said, don't look at the wall. Yeah, I'm like, really? That's all you got? He's like, it's really important. I said, why? He says, because your car will go in the direction of your eyes. And if you look at the wall, your car will end up on the wall. It's as simple as that. When I was learning to surf in San Diego for the month that I tried, one of the first lessons that the surf instructor said, he says, hey, it's as simple as just point your eyes in the direction you want your board to go and your board will follow. That's what he told me. Now, if you're a tightrope walker, what's the one thing you never do? Why? Because your body will follow your eyes. This is what I'm telling you about life. Your body is following your eyes. Your life is going into the direction that you are looking. Let me say it again. Your life is going in the direction that you're looking. To do this, you have to protect it, okay? So turn off all the negative sensation as much as you can. Stay away from it. Avoid it at all costs. And then two is you have to feed your mind. You have to go looking for those positive sources of flushing your mind on a regular basis. This requires you to invest in yourself. One of the greatest principles that I was taught by Brian Tracy when I was 18 years old, okay, 18, changed the direction of my life forever. He said, look, there's a 10-10 rule. 10-10 rule is you want to take 10% of all the money you make, set it aside, and tithe it to help other people. That's an ancient tradition, tithing to help other people. And then he says you want to take another 10% and you want to set it aside and you want to use it to help yourself. You want to reinvest it in your personal development. And he set me on a path when I was 18 to take 10% of everything I made and reinvest it in myself. When I was 18, I made $150,000 a year, so I consumed $15,000 worth of personal development. You make $500,000 a year, you make a few million. It gets harder and harder for me to spend 10% every single year on my personal development. But I'm almost like religious about it. I'm almost superstitious. If I don't go and spend this money by December 31st, I won't be continuing to kill it next year like I've done every year since he taught me that. All about leveling up my personal development. 10% to help others, 10% to help yourself. And this is what he promises. For every dollar you invest in your personal development, it'll return $30 to your bottom line over time. Now, that's a 3,000% return. Go look at the stock market. Go look at commodities. Go look at real estate. You're not getting a 3,000% return. The best investment there is ever to make is the investment in yourself, in your personal development. I asked the investment guru, this is Charles Schwab, who democratized personal financial investing. And I asked him, I said, what do you think the best investment is out there? This was his answer. He makes money taking your money and investing it in the stock market. But his answer was, I really think people should make their first investment in themselves. You start with yourself because that's where you're going to have the highest returns ever. I want to encourage you to take on a philosophy of constant investment in your personal development, because when you grow, everything else in life grows along with you. Do you guys have big goals here for yourself? Big goals? Big dreams? Big ambitions? Here's what I want to challenge you with then. Take the size of your goal and make it match the size of the investment you make in your personal growth. You have to grow into your goals. You only accomplish the goals that you've grown into. In order to grow, you've got to invest so that you get on the other side of the achievement. Jim Rohn taught me, he said, don't evaluate something what it costs. Don't say, well, what does it cost? Ask instead, what is it worth? What's the outcome that could be produced if I learn what's inside this tool that can help me with my future? So my last challenge to you in terms of developing yourself personally is this. I want you to undergo an extreme attitudinal makeover. If you want to reach the heights of these successful people we showed as an example, it's going to require you really leveling up your attitude. Baffle, bewilder, become completely unrecognizable to your friends, family, neighbors, high school, college, alumni buddies with your new, improved you. Have them say, I don't know what happened. I don't know what he or she is on, but I want some. Have them say that about your new you as you go through this attitudinal makeover.
So I would highly encourage you to get started with your personal development. And right away, you can check out some of our online courses that we offer. We have project management, project monitoring and evaluation, fundraising and resource mobilization, leadership, and strategic management. These are just among the courses that we offer that will go a long way in developing you. So visit our website www.careerpoint.co.ke/courses and get started with any of these courses. Also, I would like to ask you, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be able to get more of these videos, so that you can have a much bigger impact in your personal and professional life, in your career, and we can reach out more people and change their lives. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.